is something I do in my spare time, and just trying to get them out there and hopefully sell a few. Thanks.
Perfect. Cool. Anybody else got anything going on interesting?
We call it volunteer until we don't have anybody, then we pay.
And then we call it. And we start with the newest person, so.
I'll volunteer. I have a question for everybody. As a part of making Wilmington safer, how many people have smartphones? If you saw something that was kind of like off, would you be willing to like shoot a picture and upload it to Downtown Vision so that they could, you know, kind of coordinate with the police and help the police force too? We have 2 police officers downtown all the time, literally 24/7. But unfortunately, that means they actually never see each other. So there's not a whole lot of information exchange that happens between the forces, dedicated as they are. So we're working on a project right now, Neighborhood Watch Out. You see something, you report it, and then Downtown Vision will coordinate with them and hopefully make the city a little safer.
Do you live downtown?
I don't, but I work here. So, yeah.
But I don't have a smartphone. We have a user email address.
Like an MMS would work? Yeah.
Or you screen.
That works.
Ryan, you gotta see what you
No, I mean, I can see the pictures. Is
that what I saw?
Putting the stickers out.
That's what I do. When I see anything, someone litters, I scream like crazy. We got anything else? Any non-profits in the house doing something interesting?
Yeah, I'm a non-profit, and I'm born in Delaware. Thank you. The non-profit is my baby project. We would like to change diapers at no cost. That's what I'm up against right now. Yeah. One night of fun. So, come on.
Anybody?
That's what you.
No
Great
one.
group you got here. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I can get started. I haven't had kids yet, so.
All right. Hey, I'll break in.
I'll barter with you.
All right, we got 2 more. Anybody else? Anybody? Anything? I don't care what it is.
Well, I had a gentleman with the blue shirt.
Yeah, I actually was just going to stand up.
Okay, good.
First time here, and it's great energy in the place. I've met Luigi a couple times before, and glad to hear that he has studio space for rent, so I'm going to follow up with that. But just like the atmosphere down here, and I don't get into Wilmington often enough, so it's good evening out. And nice to see some people with some enthusiasm instead of everybody being gloomy and perfect.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm a commercial photographer.
Perfect.
I do advertising and commercial work.
Cool.
Yep.
I should just stand up. Luigi, I've heard about you so much. My name is Lindy Powers. I'm a photographer too. It's all been good. And this is my first time here, and it's really fun.
Cool. All right. So that's that. Thank you all for standing up and being the brave. I know a couple people. That guy there, Adam. His business just launched April 1st. Are you serious?
Right.
Right.
So I'm a part of myfaycountry.com. It's a local startup kind of based out of here at Coinloft. Concept is there. It's all about adding exposure for high school students, specifically athletes, but all high school students in general. It's a new social platform that we've launched, myfaycountry.com. Check it out. We're looking for investments, so if you know anybody. Cheers, thanks.
Couple $100 grand in your back pocket, they will take it. All right, so that's that. And you guys go ahead and do your thing.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to Biz of NOW. We saw the format, it's kind of a networking thing, and then we go and we ask people and we do a shout pitch. Every 2 weeks we have featured speakers here. In this case, we have 2. But it goes along the subject matter of what people need in terms of their business or questions they have that's going on in their business, concerns, revelations, and we try to address that here in a very informal atmosphere, not very, it's very informal. So the way it works is that I usually have about 10 questions. I rarely get through 10 questions because you all have to participate in what's going on. And that's really the key here is your participation. And so where the conversations go, the conversations go. After the end of about 35 minutes or 40 minutes, it's over and we go back to drinking and music and networking again. And then we do it again in another 2 weeks. So again, we want to thank Jason Silva and Mikles from the Archer Group for coming. Just want to give you a little bit of background there. The Archer Group is an interactive marketing agency located here in Longmont. They also have a place in Philadelphia in 3rd Market. And rumor has it they're also thinking of getting a place in Washington, D.C. Their annual sales are roughly about $10 million a year. They just won 2 Philly Addy Awards. One for US, I guess the Apple1State.com, and then CreateYourPopSide.com for the Addies there for US and Microsoft, all of the sites. Their services include insight planning, which is strategic planning, customer experience strategy, experience design, interaction, display, behavioral planning, technology, web development. Their recent highlights have been the Apple iPhone development partner, Facebook certified application developer, OSP certification, blah, 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 Google, YouTube, over 60 creative awards. I'm tired of giving their accolades. Welcome, the Archer Group. Thank you for coming. Tonight's focus is about South by Southwest, and anybody who doesn't know about South by Southwest has been living under a rock. It's one of the fastest growing interactive events that's happening in the country today. It's located in Austin, Texas. It happens every year in March. It combines music and interactive and film and everything, but it's crazy, and it spans across many different ages. And I think this year is probably the largest announcement, right, guys? Right? Tell us about what happened. You guys went there, and what was going on?
So brief history. I googled this before I came, but apparently South by started as music in 1987. It expanded to film, and they called it multimedia in 1994, and then in 1999 they called the multimedia part interactive, and that's where they are now. So the interactive part has really taken off in these last few years. It's become what they call dork spring break. It's smartphones everywhere, it's iPads everywhere. The hardest thing all week is finding a plug to plug your phone in. No joke, that's it. But so it's a big conference. It just comes to Austin. Austin is a great city. It has a great feel. It's not too commercial. I also read that it brings like $100 million in economic stimulus to the city for this event. So the coolest thing about it though, it's real relaxed. There's no suits, there's no ties, it's shorts, t-shirts. There's no one trying to, a lot of piercings, tattoos galore. There's no one trying to sell you something around every street corner. It's very relaxed. You can approach anyone. Everyone's there for the event. So I had a blast. Your thoughts?
It was my second year going, and I think this year there was 30,000 people there, like 14,000 were for interactive. So it had a great vibe, and the big difference in my mind between it and any other conference is you go to a conference and you're sitting through pitches, and there's a salesperson that's got a thinly veiled sort of sales pitch deck up on the screen. This was not that at all. There were people talking about, there was a guy that was up on stage that had a shirt that was connected to Bluetooth to his phone that had LEDs in it, and when you tweeted the hashtag for that particular conference, his shirt would light up. You're not going to see that anywhere else. And he was talking about all the exciting ways to integrate technologies that may not want to be integrated normally. And so there were so many talks. At any given time slot, there's probably 20 talks. So anything you wanted, it was spread out all throughout Austin. You could go sit down on a talk and hear what's going on. But it was definitely not, like Justin said, it wasn't a salesy vibe. There weren't suits. There were a lot of people with innovative ways to sort of get their app out the door and get you to download their app or get a free shirt and do other stuff. But it was definitely a fun vibe.
To that point, you're a social media manager for the Archer Group. You're the CEO, of course. You can do whatever you want. But for you particularly, what were you trying to look for at the event, at least in your specialty, and sort of in the lifestyle that's going on there?
Yeah, so there's many different forms of the talks. There's just straight presentations, there's book readings, there's panels. They have what they call core conversations, where it's two people kind of engage the audience. I tried to hit up a lot of the general social media ones, trying to see trends and what kind of everyone's talking about. It was a lot interesting to see people asking questions, kind of like what they're struggling with social media. It seems like customer service, scaling is still an issue, and people come to hear what the experts, so-called experts, have to say about it in terms of how they're dealing with problems that small businesses have with the large brands like Pepsi and AT&T. So it's a real interesting dynamic. I would say another thing to remember is when you go, you kind of assume everyone has this core competence. Like there was no And this is what Twitter is. It's 140 characters. There's an assumed base knowledge that everyone has like 100 apps on their iPhone, and everyone knows what Twitter is. And you can mention Quora, and people are gonna know what that is. Like, so I would say the knowledge level is a step higher than any other conference, and you're just kind of going there, you're ear to the ground, because the thing is with South by, I would say you must gain more knowledge, kind of meeting people, and you're out at parties, and you're hearing kind of what the word on the street is. Not necessarily all the knowledge is changing hands in the actual talks.
So, Lee, when you're there, I mean, you're looking at it from a business perspective, from how your company can kind of grow and evolve from that. What do you see coming out of that that's affecting what you're doing right now?
You go there, one, to learn what are the challenges that similar agencies to us are facing. So one of the discussions was getting rid of vacation time for employees. It just doesn't take as much time as they want.
Yes.
You know what? We have a CAG at work, and it's the same sort of thing. Like, you would think that people are just going to be drunk all day. It doesn't get used a lot. People, if they're after work, if they want to hang out, they have a beer. Same sort of thing. Like, the argument was, they're adults. Treat them like adults. They'll take time. It was interesting to hear those discussions. And then also for me, it's a way for me to spend 40 minutes about something totally outside of what I'm dealing with today. So there was a lot of things that I went to about education and how the school systems are dealing with technology. Because all the kids are on Facebook and Twitter. And NASA wants to do a big Twitter conversation from the space station. The school districts block Twitter. Well, how do you deal with this? So those sorts of challenges. And then also just broad brush ideas that you never thought of, like the guy lighting his shirt up. We're the agency for Wawa. I'm not going to go sell that to Wawa. The Hoagie Fest shirts light up when we tweet about it. But it gets you thinking, can you merge technologies in interesting ways? If the whole world is based upon smartphones and APIs, that any one technology can be blended with